Hello, SGDQ 2026 Game Submission Committee. My name is TurtleRun2412, and this is my submission of Moth Planet Any Percent. Estimate, 12 minutes. Good time zone, ladybugs, mantids, and NBs! Welcome to the Moth Planet News Broadcast. I'm your news anchor, TurtleRun2412, here today to bring you the big scoop. That's right, folks, we have a stupendous story for you all today. In the land of Lycosina, many moths have been reporting strange anomalies. These spooky dooky sightings have been located in the city, the forest, and the caves. Could these events be the power of the void? Stay tuned to find out as we send our top reporter Robin live onto the scene to interview the locals, photograph all 3 anomalies, and maybe even save the world. We'll send it live to Robin here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Everyone meet Robin, Moth reporter extraordinaire. As a moth, Robin is able to fly through the world just like this to get around any obstacle in their way. Robin also has a camera strapped to their butt that they can use to interview the locals just like that. However, dear viewer, this is an any percent news story, and as such, Robin will only be interviewing the moths who are important for the big scoop they need. But fear not, Robin's camera is good for more than just interviews, for Robin's camera also has a brilliantly bright flash on the end of it, which can be used to light up these news beacons just like that, which when lit will reveal the path forward to more of the scoop. So keep an eye out for those across Robin's journey, which is already off to a tremendous start. As you can see, Robin is very fast and frenetic with their movement. They have 3 different forms of flying, a small flight, a medium flight, and a large flight, each of which are useful in their own ways. Robin also has a downward dive in case they need to begin to fall very quickly. But most importantly of all, Robin has a tremendous top speed that nothing can stop, because Robin is also a very bouncy moth. When they get up to speed and they run into a wall, they'll just bounce right off and keep all that speed in the other direction, which can make for some very fast flying, as we've already seen them clear this entire tutorial and now find their way into the city, where the mayor of Lycosina is going to try and close the gate to prevent the scandalous secret from getting shown. But Robin must know, and so they sneak through the gate before it can close in order to get a photograph of the first anomaly, the town well, which did look very spooky dooky for a moment there, dear viewers. Could it be the power of the void? Robin will have to find out as they make their way into the next major section of the area, the forest. Now, unlike the city, which was peaceful for moths, the forest is filled with many deadly dangers, which you can see mainly in the form of these red thorny spikes around. If Robin touches these even once, Robin will be instantly killed and the story will be over. So they need to maintain their momentum very, very carefully as they sneak on through above the water and below the spikes and all the way through the thorn maze. Ooh boy, in order to get into the deep woods where Robin dies but then returns? Could this be the power of the void? Why yes, dear viewers, yes it is. For not long ago, Robin had the opportunity to interview the void itself, and the void was so impressed with Robin's journalistic integrity that it granted them this amazing respawning power that they may be able to go wherever they like in search of the scoop without any fear. How amazing! Now Robin can use that power to make their way through the deep woods with a secret shortcut into the caves, which are an even more dangerous and deadly area, not only with bigger spikes, but also those mushrooms which you may have caught a glimpse of. When those mushrooms are emitting that red aura, they are in fact emitting poisonous spores that if the type of moth Robin is breathes them in, like that, Robin will instantly die and respawn because Robin, again, has the power of the void. No need to worry, dear viewers. However, when the white moths breathe in the spores, they are possessed with a desire to spread the deadly disease. So Robin must avoid eye contact with those infected white moths at all cost, which they do greatly as they make it their way down to the anomaly. Robin just left the anomaly behind. Could this be, gasp, journalistic malpractice? Don't you worry, dear viewers, for this is not journalistic malpractice. There are in fact 2 news beacons in the forest, or in the caves, that Robin must light up in order to get to the big scoop at the end. So they will have to come back through the caves later in order to get to that anomaly. And they will also need to go back and find the forest anomaly, which they also skipped. Very conveniently though, this area right here, the quarantine zone, connects right through this shortcut back into the forest. So if Robin can just find a way here, which they have already done, Robin will be able to get to the forest and photograph the forest anomaly. Here it is! It is a giant cocoon! Wowie wow wow, that is so big! Who knows what sort of giant creature could be born from such a giant cocoon? Foreshadowing is a narrative device! But with that photographed, Robin can now make their way back through the quarantine zone and into the caved-in corridor, which presents even more danger, because there are falling rocks in this area, as the name might imply. And if you've played Pokemon, you would know that bugs like Robin are in fact weak to falling rocks. So Robin must be very careful, but also use the power of the void well in order to take a secret shortcut like this through the spikes in order to get to our sponsored segment of the run. Thank you, Nintendo, for sponsoring this segment of the news. And now back to Robin as they make their way into this maze filled with invisible walls and infected moths that they must avoid just like that in order to get to this here news beacon. Now that that is lit, they can make their way back to the anomaly that we saw earlier. Keen-eyed viewers who got a good look at it might have noticed something very anomalous indeed about the anomaly, and that it was a statue depicting a very strange and unnerving creature. One that had far too many legs. We'll see it here in just a moment. Yes, indeed, this statue, the creature within, has 8 legs. What sort of creature has 8 legs? Robin will find out as they head into the final area of the story. This spooky, dooky mansion filled with cobwebs that slow Robin down, eyeballs that shoot fire to burn Robin to a crisp, spiky spikes that pop out of the floor whenever they're nearby, and many other dangers. Whoever owned this mansion most certainly had a lot to hide. But that means Robin will need to be all the more diligent in order to get the big scoop to you, dear viewer. So they will make their way into the west wing of the mansion, avoiding all the traps in their way, and maybe even taking the offensive as they find these void eyeballs like this one, which if they see Robin, will attempt to shoot lasers at Robin like that. Luckily, Robin's bright camera flash has the ability to destroy these denizens of the void, if Robin uses it close enough. So Robin must bravely face down the void eyeballs, take out all 3, and make their way up now to this big news beacon. With 2 big news beacons lit up, Robin will be able to find the big scoop they need. But that means there is another one in the east wing of the mansion. So while Robin makes it their way there, it is a great time for our wonderful GDQ host to say any words they'd like while I rest my voice. Thank you to our wonderful host for those amazing words. And now back to Robin as they find themselves faced with yet another 3 void eyeballs who are attempting to laser them just like that. Luckily, Robin's power of the void will let them respawn and try again to destroy all 3 of them in one fell swoop, which they've done. Now Robin has access to the second big news beacon and has lit it up, and will now be able to make their way to the big scoop of this story. And while they're doing so, dear viewer, let me tell you about Robin's amazing camera work. For Robin is a professional photographer who wants that every shot they take might be on the front page. That means that when the camera button is pressed, Robin will delay a small moment, setting up the shot, the lighting, the camera, the angle, the frame, everything about the camera before the flash comes out, and that small delay can mean life or death when fighting the Void Eyeballs. But surely nothing will go wrong in this ominous hallway of Moth ghosts. Warning, the following interview contains arachnophobia. Viewer discretion is advised. Yes, indeedy, for at the end of the mansion, Robin finds this giant spider overflowing with the power of the Void. While Robin wants to interview the spider, the creature wishes only to destroy Robin. So Robin must use their camera flash to destroy the spider's 8 evil Void Eyeballs in different arenas based on the areas that Robin has seen throughout their journey, like the forest, the caves, and the mansion. Whew. Robin does take contact damage and does take 1 death, but the Void will always bring them back, for the news, the truth, can never remain hidden forever. No matter how many times it takes, Robin will take down each pair of eyes 2 by 2 until they can bring the truth to you, dear viewer at home. And they've now gotten 6 of the eyes down. There are only 2 left. If Robin can pull this off without dying, they will be able to bring the scoop to you, and they've done it! Time is now! Hooray! Robin has done it and has found the big scoop! That scoop is that this spider was the former queen of Lycosina ages ago when she ruled with an iron fist. Luckily, the moths of that time were able to stop her reign. But in the meantime, she's been slumbering in the void, slowly regaining power until now, when she's trying to reincarnate and once again take over the world! Ah! Luckily, our heroic reporter Robin put a stop to those evil plans with the powers of the void and journalism! Everyone, please give it up for Robin! But that will bring us to the end of today's Moth Planet news broadcast. If you would like to see more, please tune in at twitch.tv/TurtleRun2412 for more Moth Planet, as well as other Metroidvanias and silly games. But also, be sure to stay tuned to this channel, for hopefully there will be more GDQ after my run at Summer Games Done Quick 2026. But that will bring an end to the Moth Planet section of today's broadcast. I've been TurtleRun2412, and I would like to thank you all for watching. This program was brought to you by Games Done Quick, Doctors Without Borders, Moth Fried Games, Mudkip Warrior, The Leech 1, Anne Hinkhouse, and viewers like you. Thank you for watching.